Hi guys, and welcome back to the third episode of the Win 1 Take 1 series using the World League database. As you know, I'm Juventus. In the episode 3, we was supposed to be live against Man City. I actually did this and recorded the live com, but I did mess up the audio, which meant I didn't really want to upload it with messed up audio. So what I've done is I've saved it, and I'll have to just take you through the highlights of the 4 games, including the live com, which won't be live obviously because I'm just going to watch the highlights. But to make up for this, in episode 4 there will be 2 live comms against Tottenham and Bayern, so make sure to stick around for that. But let's get straight into the fixtures that we missed. Here is the first game out of the 4 I'm going to show you. The first one was against Atletico away. Now, going into this, obviously it's going to be a tough game. They're actually a really good side on Football Manager, but we do manage to take the lead. Caceres down the wing, plays it back to Vidal. Vidal puts it in the box. Giovinco loses out, but Fabio's there to tap it in 1-0, and it's a great start. I would actually like to say I'm really happy with the way Fabio's reacted to the Llorente injury. He's come in, playing line striker, and he's scoring pretty much every game, so I'm really happy with that. But then, despite our 1-0 lead, they get one back through Diego Costa. It was always coming, it was a very even game, so both sides were going to have chances, but they managed to sneak their way back into it, so going into the half-time at 1-0, and then here's an attack from Atletico. Buffon catches it and we end up countering. This is risky play by Pelusa. I was going crazy when he was doing this in the actual game, but manages to get away. Marquisio, Pogba plays through Fabio. Fabio plays through Vucinic, and that's a great goal, 2-1. Now at this point it's around the 60th minute, and I do go to counter because I'm trying to just grind out the wings. I know Atletico are going to come back, but I just want to sit back, get my own behind the ball, and then counter when we get a chance. But you see there, Rever on his debut coming in as a sub actually gave the ball away, which does lead to them having some build-up play, and they actually do manage to pull one back for the 2-2 draw. So this is pretty disappointing because obviously we're going to lose a player, but it is a point against a really good side, so on that side of it I'm happy. But here's why I was not very happy after the game. The player we actually lost within this game, within the randomiser, was Paul Pogba. Now this is probably the biggest blow we will have in the whole series. That he is probably the best player on the team and was vital to keep if we want to do well. We've managed to lose him, which is really unfortunate because both teams didn't deserve anything more than the draw. Very even game. I was really happy with the point, and then it's just been kind of dampened because we've actually lost Pogba in the process. But the player we won, we do actually win 1 Fran, which I'm really happy with because I did not want to play Lichtsteiner after that silly red card, which caused us to lose a player against Chelsea and lose our only game of the season. But Juan Fran, he is better than Lichtsteiner. He's a lot better attacking wise, but defensively probably not as good, but he's definitely improving on the squad, so I'm happy to get him. But let's jump into the next game against Corinthians. So here's the highlights from the Corinthians game. Going into this, it's a must win. We're at home and they're arguably the weakest side in the league, so did want to win, but I did not expect by this margin. As you'll see, it finished 5-0, and it was an absolute whitewash. Corinthians didn't have one highlight during the game, and we just dominated throughout. Plenty of shots, plenty of goals, and the goals actually coming from unlikely scorers. Giovinco on form again, playing absolutely superb for me. Vidal gets a penalty, and we also see De Sigile gets 2, I actually played him left midfield for this game, and he managed to get a double. And then also near to the end, we bring on the young striker Richmond, and he actually scores straight away coming off the bench. It was a set piece, it was from a free kick and it's crossed in and he heads it, but I did put him as a target man and he made an instant impact, so this is a really good game for us, helped boost the confidence. But the only unfortunate bit is, despite winning by so much, there's never really many people you're going to get off Corinthians that's going to help improve this squad anyway. And the player we actually did manage to get from them was a 34-year-old.
Today, Junior?
Attacking midfielder called Danilo. Now, I'll show you him now. He is quite good, but he's not really going to feature much in the side because he's not better than what we've got. You know, his stamina's pretty poor, so he'd never really get a start, and he's not really good enough to work his way on the bench. But that's what we got for winning that game. And now here's the game against Inter. I did consider live coming the Inter game just because of the Italian rivalry, but I decided not to. But this is how it went. As you see from the score, we did actually manage to beat them 3-0 at home, which is an amazing result against quite a strong team. But if you also look at the stats, it's quite clear to see that we absolutely dominated Juventus, and this was a really exciting game. I was really happy to beat Inter. Of all the teams we'd want to beat, the Italian teams that won. We haven't played Milan yet, we drew against Napoli, but we thrashed Juventus. It was actually a very good game, and I really want to see this form continue, but I'm really liking the formation at the moment. You know, we're playing good football, we're scoring goals, we're not conceding many, we're doing really well, so hopefully we can keep that going. And here's the live com against Man City, which unfortunately is not going to be a live com because I messed up the audio, but let's see how it went down. Now this will be probably the most shocking result of the series. We've managed to beat Man City 3-0 away, but if you look at the goal times, we did not score in the first half. And the reason we scored so many in the second half was because if you look at the injuries, they managed to get 4 injuries. Like, how unfortunate is that? But 3 of them came in the first half, so that meant they had no subs left for the second half. So whatever they had out, which was second team because they had to bring on 3 subs, they had to go with it, no more subs. So I put it on attacking and we just absolutely dominated them. So let's take a look at the goals now. I also forgot to mention that from beating Inter we did receive Walter Samuel, which is a great defender, but we don't really need him. He's not really better than what we've got. So again, side where we beat them, but we haven't really got anyone that's worth having. But as you see, we went 1-0 up there pretty much straight away after half time, but when I changed to attacking and they had their second team out, we just dominated. We went 1-0 up nice and early in the second half, and from then on they had no highlights. The only highlight in the first half was us hitting the bar from a corner, and that was it. And as soon as I switched to attacking, we just dominated. So looking back on this, I'm really happy with the decision I made. I feel like that is a really good bit of tactical play, and we managed to punish them for it. Fabio again on the score sheet, very consistent. Despite his consistency, Tevez is coming back, so I will be trying out Tevez in the lone striker role, but if he doesn't really meet the standards that Fabio set, then Fabio will continue to be the first team striker. But as you see there, goes from even worse than it was. Hart parries it into Marquisio, and we did manage to finish that game 3-0. The player we did receive from this, it's not a player I wanted because of all the star players at Man City, but we did actually manage to secure, if I can find him here, just looking now, Gael Clichy. Now, he's not the player I wanted because obviously there's so many better players I could add, like Company, Torre, Fernandinho, Navas. I could have had quite a few really good players, but we have got Clichy, but he is rated our best left back in the team, so at least the player we've got is actually going to get into the first team, so I'm really happy with that. But we'll take a look at the league table now. We're expected to finish 7th, but with 8 games gone, we're right up there, 17 points, only 2 points off top. We've only lost 1 game, which was the Chelsea game, and it's a really unfortunate loss because we only lost it from a silly red card. But apologies again for messing up the live com, but to make up for that, in episode 4, which will probably be out tomorrow, I will be doing 2 live comms, and the live comms I'll be doing is the Tottenham at home and also the Bayern at home. These are really good games, and I just want to say now, if I beat Tottenham, I really want Lamela. Lamela is amazing on this Football Manager, and obviously if we beat Bayern, there's endless possibilities as to who we can get, but let's hope we can win those 2 games and really push ourselves up the table and improve this squad. But that's it for now, guys. See you tomorrow.